In the wild forests of ancient Greece, a unique deity was born, a child with both human and goat-like features. Pan is the son of Hermes and nymph named Penelope. At the moment of his birth, Pan's appearance was so startling that his mother fled in fear. He had the legs, horns, and beard of a goat. Hopefully, no one gets a mother as loving as Pan's. Hermes, being a good father, an exception among the gods, took Pan to Mount Olympus. There, the gods accepted the baby and named him Pan. His half-human, half-goat form made it difficult for him to find love. Any woman who looked upon his face was terrified and ran as far away as she could. Some accounts say that this made him feel more and more depraved and led to him scaring women who entered the forest. Zeus, probably feeling sorry for him, made him god of nature and the wild. Pan's realm was the wilderness, where he protected the shepherds who needed him. Sometimes, when his mood was mischievous, he would creep out the womenfolk who entered. One famous occasion was when he encountered one of the most beautiful nymphs of the forest. Her name was Syrinx, and her face and body were such that they made even the most beautiful goddesses jealous. She was a virgin and took the vow of chastity in the devotion of Artemis, the goddess of the hunt. Even though suitors from all over the world would fall at her feet, she wouldn't give away her virginity to honor the goddess Artemis. One fateful day, as Syrinx was walking through the forest, she caught the eye of Pan by sheer bad luck. The depraved Pan was easily seduced by her beauty and wanted to have the nymph for himself. Driven mad by desire, he couldn't control his senses and went after the nymph as if pursuing prey, blinded by lust. Syrinx, wanting to protect her virginity, fled in terror, running through the thick forest and looking for a spot to hide. As the perverted god drew closer, Syrinx's heart began to beat faster in fear, fueling her to run faster. Arriving at the banks of the river Ladon, Syrinx found herself cornered. The river was so deep and treacherous that she couldn't pass through it. In her hopelessness, she prayed to the river nymphs, crying for their help to preserve her virginity and save her from Pan's deviant stalking. The river nymphs heard Syrinx's prayers and decided to help the poor girl. Just as Pan was grabbing Syrinx and bringing her towards him, they transformed her into a bundle of hollow reeds growing beside the riverbank. Pan was devastated as he could not fulfill his twisted desires. He found himself holding the lifeless hollow reeds in his hands. Heartbroken by Syrinx's disappearance, Pan was deeply disappointed. Pan sighed, and as his breath flowed through the reeds, it gave out a surprisingly beautiful sound. Ensnared by the sweet sound, he decided to create an instrument to satisfy his unfulfilled desire for Syrinx. He cut a few reeds of varying lengths and stuck them together with wax, forming the first set of panpipes, which he named the Syrinx in her honor. From then onwards, Pan carried the Syrinx with him, constantly playing it to remind himself of the nymph he could never possess. Later on, it is said that Pan became proficient in playing the Syrinx and was quite popular among the ladyfolk. At least it worked out for him in the end.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe to get more content like this.